Are you tired of being stuck in the friend zone, wondering why your texts never seem to ignite that spark of attraction? Today, we're exposing the 5 nice guy texts that are secretly sabotaging your chances with women. These seemingly innocent messages might be the very reason you're not getting the romantic results you want. Text number 1, hey, how are you? This bland opener is the kiss of death for attraction. It's generic, forgettable, and shows zero creativity or effort. Women receive dozens of these messages daily, and yours will simply blend into the noise. Instead, try this. I bet you can't guess what crazy thing just happened to me at work. This message creates intrigue, prompts a response, and gives you a chance to showcase your personality right off the bat. The psychology behind this approach taps into the curiosity gap, that irresistible urge to fill in missing information. By hinting at an interesting story, without revealing it, you're far more likely to capture her attention and stand out from the crowd. Text number 2, you're so beautiful, pretty, gorgeous. While compliments seem like a surefire way to a woman's heart, generic praise on physical appearance often backfires. It can come across as shallow, desperate, or like you're putting her on a pedestal. Try this instead. Your passion for specific interest is really inspiring. I'd love to hear more about how you got into it. This shows you paid attention to her as a person, not just a pretty face. It demonstrates genuine interest in her mind and experiences, which is far more flattering and engaging. This approach leverages the psychological principle of reciprocity. By showing genuine interest in her passions, you're more likely to receive interest in return. It also creates a deeper connection based on shared interests and values, rather than surface-level attraction. Text number 3, I'm always here for you if you need anything. While well-intentioned, this message screams friend zone. It positions you as an emotional support system rather than a potential romantic partner. Women often interpret this as a lack of confidence or an attempt to manipulate their way into a relationship through kindness. Instead, try, I've got the tickets to event, activity. Wanna be my +1? This direct approach shows confidence and initiative. You're not waiting around to be needed, you're actively creating opportunities for fun and connection. This text utilizes the scarcity principle in psychology. By presenting a limited opportunity to tickets, you create a sense of urgency and value. It also shifts the dynamic from passive support to active engagement, which is far more attractive. Text number 4, I had a great time last night. When can I see you again? This message reeks of neediness and puts all the control in her hands. It can make you seem overeager and lacking in options, which isn't attractive to most women. Try this instead. Last night was fun. I'm heading to interesting place, event next weekend. You should join if you're free. This approach maintains a casual vibe while still expressing interest. It shows you have an active, interesting life and you're inviting her to be part of it, not desperately seeking her approval. Psychologically, this text leverages the principle of social proof. By mentioning your plans, you're subtly demonstrating that you're a person with an engaging lifestyle. It also uses the fear of missing out FOMO to make your invitation more appealing. Text number 5, why haven't you responded? Are you okay? Double texting or demanding explanations for slow responses is a major turnoff. It displays insecurity, impatience, and a lack of respect for her time and space. Instead, try this, no text at all. That's right, sometimes the best text is no text. Give her space to miss you and wonder what you're up to. When you do reconnect, keep it light and fun. Hope your week's going well. I just tried this amazing new coffee spot, reminded me of you. This approach uses the psychological principle of intermittent reinforcement. By varying your response patterns, you create an element of unpredictability that can actually increase attraction and interest. Now, let's dive deeper into the psychology behind these texting strategies and how they can transform your dating life. The power of mystery and intrigue. Humans are hardwired to seek out novelty and solve puzzles. By injecting an element of mystery into your texts, you're tapping into this primal instinct. Instead of laying all your cards on the table, leave some things unsaid. This creates a desire in the other person to fill in the blanks and learn more about you. For example, instead of detailing your entire day, you might say, just had the most unexpected encounter at the gym. Reminded me why I love this city. This piques curiosity and invites further conversation without being needy or overwhelming. The importance of emotional stimulation. Attraction isn't just about logical compatibility, it's about how to make someone feel. Your text should evoke emotions, whether that's laughter, excitement, or curiosity. Bland, factual exchanges do little to build attraction. Try incorporating playful challenges or hypothetical scenarios. If you could have dinner with any historical figure, who would it be and why? I'll judge your choice mercilessly. This creates an opportunity for witty banter and reveals more about each other's personalities and values. The art of subtle qualification. Instead of putting a woman on a pedestal, subtly challenge her to prove her worth to you. This flips the typical dynamic and makes you more intriguing. For instance, I'm impressed by your travel photos. But the real question is, can you navigate a foreign city without Google Maps? This approach demonstrates confidence and sets you apart from the countless men who simply shower women with praise. It also gives her a chance to playfully prove herself, creating a more engaging dynamic. The value of non-neediness. Neediness is perhaps the biggest attraction killer. Your text should convey that while you enjoy her company, your happiness and self-worth don't depend on her responses. This means having boundaries, respecting her time, and maintaining your own life and interests. For example, if she cancels plans, resist the urge to bombard her with questions or express disappointment. Instead, a simple no worries, catch you another time shows that you're unfazed and have other options. The power of future pacing. Subtly planning ideas of future activities or scenarios can build anticipation and strengthen your connection. Instead of explicitly asking for another date, you might say, "I just found this hidden rooftop bar with an amazing view of the city. Reminded me of that conversation we had about urban exploration." This plants the seed for a future meetup without putting pressure on her. It also shows that you're actively thinking about shared interests and potential experiences together. The importance of emotional intelligence. Reading between the lines and picking up on subtle cues is crucial in texting. If her responses are becoming shorter or less enthusiastic, it's often better to back off rather than push harder. Similarly, knowing when to transition from texting to in-person meetings is key. Texting should be a tool to facilitate real-world connections, not a substitute for them. The role of authenticity. While these strategies can help you avoid common pitfalls, it's crucial to remain authentic. Trying to be someone you're not will only lead to disappointment for both parties in the long run. The goal is to present the best version of yourself, not to create a false persona. For instance, if you're naturally more introverted, don't pretend to be a wild party animal. Instead, you might text, "Just discovered this incredible hidden bookstore. It's like a labyrinth of literary treasures, right up your alley based on what you've told me about your reading habits." The power of vulnerability. While it's important to maintain an element of mystery, selective vulnerability can create deep connections. Sharing personal insights or challenges in moderation can build trust and intimacy. The key is to balance this with strength and resilience. For example, our conversation about career changes really stuck with me. It's made me reflect on some big decisions I'm facing. It's exciting and terrifying at the same time. The importance of timing and pacing. The frequency and timing of your texts can be just as important as their content. Matching her pace and energy level is crucial. If she's a rapid responder, it's okay to engage more frequently. If she tends to take her time, mirror that behavior. This demonstrates social intelligence and prevents you from coming across as overbearing. The value of leaving her wanting more. Always aim to end conversations on a high note, leaving her looking forward to the next interaction. This could mean signing off after a particularly witty exchange or hinting at an interesting topic you'll delve into later. For instance, this debate about the best pizza toppings clearly requires in-depth, in-person research. But for now, I've got to run, about to tackle that rock climbing challenge I mentioned. Wish me luck. The power of positive association. Your text should associate you with positive emotions and experiences. Share bits of your life that are exciting, funny, or intriguing. If you're constantly complaining or sharing negative experiences, she starts to associate those feelings with you. For example, instead of venting about a bad day at work, you might say, "Today tested my patience like never before. But I managed to turn it around with an impromptu karaoke session in my car." Note to self, air drumming at red lights gets some interesting reactions from other drivers. The importance of respecting boundaries. Pay attention to the tone and frequency of her responses. If she's not matching your energy or seems hesitant, respect that. It's better to leave her intrigued than to push too hard and turn her off completely. Remember, attraction can't be forced. You're simply creating the best conditions for it to grow naturally. In conclusion, mastering the art of texting is about much more than avoiding a few nice guy cliches. It's about understanding the psychology of attraction, respecting boundaries, and presenting the most intriguing version of yourself. By applying these principles, you'll not only avoid the friend zone, but also create genuine connections based on mutual interest and respect. Remember, these techniques are tools, not manipulations. The goal is to showcase your authentic self in the most engaging way possible, not to trick someone into liking you. With practice and genuine intent, you'll find your text game improving dramatically, and with it, your dating life as a whole.